and welcome to our next in the IDPro vlog series. Today we're going to be talking with Ian Glazer. Hi, Ian.
Hey there.
Can you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
So I'm Ian, and my day job is I look after identity product management at Salesforce. So I'm a SVP of product management there, and my teams look after everything from the core login services to strong authentication to our standard support, the way we offer those as products, and the next generation of all those things, plus a bunch of other fun things. And I've been doing that job for almost 7 years now, actually.
Awesome. So, along with your day job, you have in your day job as well, as a matter of fact, you have extensive experience in identity, including founding and currently acting as the vice president for IDPro. So, how did your interest in this field begin?
I'm going to contest the statement that I have extensive experience. I mean, I know a couple of things.
Compared to the average Joe, I would say.
Let's go with that. So I got into this space like many of us, which is by accident. I ended up at an identity company a long time ago called Access 360 with someone that I had worked with in a current job. I was doing a job, this person left. They're like, hey, you should come check this place out. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I was young and I didn't know what was going on. And the next thing you know, I'm working in an identity management company. I'm learning user provisioning. And that just stuck with me. I liked the subject matter. I liked the problem space. And that's fine to keep you interested for a job, but the fact that I've been doing it for a while is actually a testament to the breadth of the industry itself, right? That I started with user provisioning, and then I learned things like segregation of duty and role management. I could learn all of these other things that just kept me interested, right? It was a new subject to learn. So it's an industry and a discipline that has evolving subject areas. And so I know plenty of people that have like drilled in on one subject area inside of identity and like they know it all, which is awesome. Me, I get bored on some things after a time. So I'm like, well, what else can I learn? And what can I learn that's adjacent? Because I want to add to the sort of soup that I have been slowly simmering over the last couple of years. Like, oh, well, this is a new thing I can fold in, and this is a new thing I can fold in. And the industry lets me do that, which is amazing. And it's great. I really enjoy that.
So is that kind of what prompted you to found IDPro, or where did the impetus for that come from?
That came from a slightly different place, which is I was going around to industry events around the world. I was talking to customers around the world, and I have a great core of people that I have met through those interactions, people that are dear friends to me now. And I was just having so much fun, and I was learning so much about this. And it occurred to me that that was an incredibly privileged position. Right? Not everybody gets to travel around and go to these conferences. They don't have access to some of these resources. And that I wanted to find a way that I could share the kinds of experiences that I had, the relationships that I had the opportunity, the pleasure to form, and the learning opportunity. I was figuring out like how do we share this. Really, the concern was that I was seeing the same people around the coffee urns around every event globally. And I got worried because I was like, I mean, I love the people that were there, but where's everybody else? Like, did we build an awesome clubhouse and pull the ladder up after us? Like, that could not stand. At the same time, as I was going around and talking to enterprises around the world, I was saying, how long does it take you to build an identity practitioner? And what's your pipeline? How are you actually building people to solve the problems that you have? And everyone universally said, it takes me, if I'm honest, probably 18 months if I just take someone straight out of school on this discipline. And, we started doing, more of these kinds of conversations, and it was becoming apparent like, wow, the problem space is growing, the need is growing, the talent to actually serve all that, that was taking too long and it was really costly. And so I would ask people like, do you think this is a problem? They're like, yeah, of course this is a problem. Like, do you think someone should do something about it? And they're all like, yeah, you should do something about it. I'm like, oh, I didn't I didn't see that coming. And so eventually there was just enough of a chorus that so we have to address this. And so I partnered with the Kantara initiative early on to incubate some of these ideas. And then Sarah Chetti, then Sarah Squire, and I started the organization, made it a legal entity, and then we just started running. And now we have hundreds of people worldwide interacting, learning from one another. We have 3 issues of the body of knowledge out. We have a 4th coming shortly. We have a certification that is coming soon. There are so many amazing things that we have achieved in a relatively short amount of time with a group of dedicated volunteers. It's hard enough to get something done that's on your to-do list. Imagine taking on somebody else's to-do list and you're not getting paid for that. I am so deeply indebted for those folks who've done that work. And we just keep pushing. Today was a great board meeting where we talked about a variety of things, including that certification, including plans to partner with other organizations and really stretch the organization globally. And I'm super pumped for it all.
That's great. Yeah. And so, speaking of those identity practitioners, as we kind of wrap things up, is there any one thing or a big thing that you anticipate for the industry or a challenge that you anticipate practitioners will be facing in the near or, near future?
There's plenty, but I think the one that, I've been thinking about is, I spend a lot of time thinking about customer identity and access management, so CIAM. And we in the industry use terms, and there is always terminological debates. But what I'm finding is that marketing professionals, marketing practitioners use some of those exact same words in totally different ways for totally different technology stacks. And that's just, it's mind blowing. And it's like, oh gosh, what does this mean? Like, what it means is that an organization who is trying to serve their end customer within the walls of the enterprise, there are different practices who are using the same words to mean very radically different outcomes, technology stacks, and approaches. And so the thing that I'm thinking about right now is if you're an identity practitioner, let's say you're in the office of the CIO, you're sort of in that org. There's the office of the CMO who has some of their own technologies, and you both want to do the same thing, which is you want to delight the customer at the end of the day. However, your path to get there looks very different, which is totally cool. We have different tool sets, different missions, different approaches. Fine. But the thing that trips us up is that if we believe for a moment that we have the entirety of the solution, we're wrong. We're actually not having control over all of the solution of how to delight that customer. So what I've been thinking about a lot, and what I think practitioners, especially CIAM practitioners, need to think about is how is it I engage with my marketing peers and the folks that run technology for our marketing peers? How is it that we respectfully use data that is shared with us for the outcome that the individual wants, not necessarily the outcome the enterprise wants? And how do we just communicate if we use the same word, but it means different things to different people? Those are things that I'm bumping into and I've been thinking about, and other members of the board. Actually, we had a really interesting thread about this a couple days ago, but that one's top of mind right now. So if you're a CIAM practitioner and you're hearing people say, well, we do identity management, and you look at the technology, you go, I don't recognize any of it, you're probably talking to marketing or ad technology folks. That's cool. They've got their problems to solve too. And there's definitely a better together there, but it'll take a little bit of dialogue to get to it.
Oh, that's some great insight. Yeah, so I appreciate you taking the time to chat today. I know you're super
Sure.
busy. And I'll go ahead and encourage everybody to visit the IDPro website, idpro.org, to get more information or to reach out and contact the group. And thank you so much, Ian. Much
Sure.
appreciated.
Thanks for the time. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Take care.
Bye.